Survivor Series. I know it's late out of the day. I had way too many things in the last few weeks to me to do that. I didn't even have time to do. And now doing it, I kind of feel a little bit exhausted to even doing this, but I'm gonna try to make it since I've been wanting to cover Survivor Series. I don't know how much longer I'm gonna last here, but I'm gonna try my best to cover everything about Survivor Series 2019. Survivor Series 2019 was good at best. It was a solid show. There were a couple of issues with it, and we'll get to more. But let's not get ahead of ourselves too much early. So, pre-show, um, I the first match was either Cruiserweight or the Battle Royal for immunity. I think it was Battle Royal. I think that was Battle. Let's go by Battle Royal for. It was a tag team, but Battle Royal for immunity, something like that, or I don't care. Starting Battle Royal, you had Raw, SmackDown, and it was a big cluster, but I expected. Bobby Roode, no, excuse me, Robert Roode and Dolph Ziggler won their tag team battle royal to gain early points for SmackDown. Meh. The Triple Threat Cruiserweight Championship match was good and solid action for the Cruiserweight division. Leo Rush win to gain advantage point for NXT. And then you had the final pre-show with the Triple Threat Tag Team Champion versus Champion with the New Day with against Viking Raiders against the Undisputed Era or Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fish. Um, it was a really good match. Only even a great match. It was a little slow, but they pick at the very end, and the Viking Raiders won, which I predicted. By the way, I predicted Viking Raiders to win. So yeah, but predicted Viking Raiders to win, and they won. The opener was the women's tag team traditional Survivor elimination match. Is Raw vs SmackDown. You have Team Raw consists of Charlotte, Natalia, Sarah Logan, and the Kabuki Warriors. I believe that was the team. Against Team SmackDown, Sasha Banks. I think Dana Brooke was on the team. Carmella. Nikki Cross, I believe. And Lacey Evans. Against TNST. Let me check up here since now here's the problem with the most of the Bill Survivors here also is that most of the teams wasn't even announced until the last minute, and I barely remember. I barely remember who was on Team Women's NXT Survivor Series Tradition Eliminated. TNT was Rhea Ripley, Blanca Blair, Candice LeRae, Io Shirai, Toni Storm. That was the team. Yeah, that was the team for TNT. So you had this match here. The match was okay to decent. The booking was really weird. I had no issues with Charlotte getting spring missed by Asuka. That was kind of awesome when you really look at it. That was awesome. I had no issues. I advanced the story. The booking was weird in that Kenneth LeRae and Io Shirai were brutally taken out of the match. They were just gone for the remainder of the match. And you had the final people with eventually came out to Sasha Banks and Rhea Ripley. And then the same two people that got taken out, Candice LeRae and Io Shirai, just came back in and helped TNS and helped Rhea Ripley beat Sasha Banks. Like, I had no problem with Team Woman NXT win that. I like that, but like, that's the best you could have come up with. Like, seriously? Like, couldn't you just have Rhea Ripley win on her own? But considering how she was booked in the previous show with NXT Takeover War Games, like, why would you do this booking? Ugh, I am lying. But at least TNSD, Women NXT won here. At least we can say nothing else about that. So yeah. I think the next was the triple. The next was the triple threat. Champion versus champion versus champion is United States Champion AJ Styles against Intercontinental Champion Shinsuke Nakamura versus North American Champion Roderick Strong. I will say the new IC title is sick as hell. It looks great. I love that design to make mention. It was a really good match. I think it was second match of the night next to the NXT Championship match, the next match. But it was really good here, the action here. Yeah, you had some tease, so you had the moment on Nakamura Styles and Clash of mentioning the history in New Japan. To me, Styles Nakamura's chemistry had never been really leveled up to the Wrestle Kingdom match back in 2016. But you gotta remember they're kind of like years old. I don't know if they can level up to it. I remember their matches like in 2018. They got progressively better each match they had, but they're not like the level of the Wrestle Kingdom. And but it was still good, like really good idea. And with the audition on this strong, it always is that, and was made a really good match with Roderick Strong winning here. That was pretty cool. Another NXT guy winning. That was pretty sweet. Roderick Strong for the win. Next match was Adam Cole, baby, versus Pete Dunne for the NXT Championship. First of all, the fact that Adam Cole even did this match was just insane, especially after the huge big ass bump he took at the night prior NXT Takeover War Games. That makes it a November to remember for Adam Cole. I mean, literally the first day of November, he beat Daniel Bryan clean. He faced Seth Rollins, one of the top guys in the company. He took a big ass bomb at Takeover War Games, and they had a really war, and they had a freaking war with Pete Dunne, and a really great match. Match of the night easily. when and the crowd was really into that match when you can tell, and 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 the pace was really good. Can't say much things, nicer things about a great match. Where other Cole, baby, retaining the NXT Championship. Daniel, the Universal Championship. Daniel Bryan against the Fiend Bray Wyatt. Another really, another good match. Easily the best the Fiend Bray Wyatt match he ever did since he did under his new gimmick, since the SummerSlam was a squash. Hell in a Cell sucked. Quandra wasn't much better, but here, way better than both Seth Rollins matches. And that's what happens when you got a great babyface to accumulate the Fiend Bray Wyatt, which if you look close at his gimmick, it's not about having like the best of matches, 5 stars. It's really just about the gimmick, and the red lion proves more than anything that it's just a character. Even though I kind of do wish it could get the red lining. It was cool for Hell in a Cell, but not so much for the other matches, and kind of makes the crowd not not like seeing clearly because the red lights like distracting. So yeah, but it was a really good matchup between Daniel Bryan and the favorite Daniel Bryan embracing the jazz chants for the first time in almost a year, in nearly a year. He hits it, the Fiend kicks out, Ray Riot, the Fiend cries the mandible claw, then Riot calling Daniel Bryan for a pin to retaining your Wrestle Championship. I'm really liking the storyline here, but I'm really digging the whole Daniel Bryan the Fiend storyline, especially after the post SmackDown edition. That was really cool. So yeah, the next was the 5-on-5 men's Survivor Series elimination match. Team Raw, you got Seth Rollins, Randy Orton, Ricochet, Drew McIntyre, and Kevin Owens. Against Team SmackDown, Roman Reigns, Braun Strowman, Baron Corbin, King Corbin, Shorty G, and Mustafa Ali against TNT, Tommaso Ciampa, Damon Priest, Matt Riddle, Walter, the UK champion, and Keith motherfucking Lee. Yeah, Keith motherfucking Lee. This was really the better of the two 5-on-5 traditional Survivor Series matches. This match was way better than the women's, for sure. Although the booking issue was like still there, like Walter getting first eliminated, like it's not like he was getting eliminated. It was how first of all, that he got pinned after nearly 6 months being undefeated, being protected, and it's like they didn't even bother protecting Walter here. If there was any guy you're gonna get a kind of elimination, it should have been Walter, but then you give it to Braun Strowman, a guy that they have been destined unburied. The guy, seriously? I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, why? Why put Walter? Like, also Kevin Owens getting eliminated unceremoniously. It was like, The dude made an all big impact by joining Team Champion against the Undisputed and Takeover War Games. It was this huge deal about it. And then you had Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens backstage questioning about Kevin Owens' loyalty to the law. And then you have eliminated by the same guy that he was on his team on Takeover War Games. Wow. Even like they had Matt Riddle eliminate Randy Orton, and then he immediately get RKO. And who gets and who pins Matt Riddle? King Corbin. Because of course not. Of course. Because of course they do. Then you get to the final people, which the final three eventually came down to Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and Keith Lee, motherfucker. Really good final three here. The crowd was bullying the shit out of Rollins. He has so much shit that will make Roman Reigns proud, to say the least. So you have here Keith Lee, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns. The crowd was firmly behind Keith Lee. And they would say Keith Lee is really impressive for a guy at his side. When he eliminated Seth Rollins, the place erupted. And my God, when he did that powerbomb on Roman Reigns, where it came down to Roman and him, when he did a powerbomb, he hosted Roman Reigns, which by the way, Roman is not like a small guy. And he made Roman Reigns, and he landed on him like he was like nothing. He landed on that powerbomb like it was like Roman was just a midget. It was so unbelievable. The final minutes of the match was awesome and insane. Eventually came to Roman Reigns being Keith Lee, but at least I can say here they create a new star in Keith Lee. And that was the most important to come out of this. They made a star in Keith motherfucking Lee. I'm gonna say that he's probably gonna be Royal Rumble and probably will be one of the final people in that match. I'm just calling it right now. Keith Lee will be in the Royal Rumble next month and will be one of the final people in there. And we'll probably have a lot of eliminations too. So I'll expect big things for Keith Lee 2020. Mark my words. Wait, people call Brock Lesnar the next big thing by 2002. Keith Lee here, he's the next big thing. So yeah, really good final fight that thing. Elimination match here. Really good stuff. Next, speaking of Brock Lesnar, who I mentioned, the WWE Championship match. Brock Lesnar, Rey Mysterio, no holds barred. And I will say the match was perfectly booked and probably managed to get the most out of both competitors. Like Rey Mysterio, you had getting some offense, getting that hopes that comeback offense that Brock destroying him, even with a hell of a dominate. But yet Brock was still strong. He still wins the match. And I didn't feel like Mysterio because he won the US title anyway next night was. So yeah, but it was for a short match. they made the most out of it, I will say. At least I can say about that. Then you had a main event. Second triple threat champion, wrestling champion, wrestling champion. We have Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch against SmackDown Women's Champion Bayley against NXT Women's Champion Shayna Baszler. And I can safely say the main event was not good. I'm sorry, it was not good. By matches alone, this was the worst match of the night. And this was the main event. By triple threats, then if this was way worse than WrestleMania. Way worse than WrestleMania. The WrestleMania main event triple threat women's match was at least decent to good, even though the crowd was tired by that, and the crowd just didn't care, and the match didn't click for me. Personally, I was waiting for someone like Ronda Rousey, who never appeared anyways, and Shayna Baszler wins, which was cool. At least I can say, coming out of this show, at least they made NXT look strong, which you almost kind of see why they did it, because it's Wednesday Night Wars and with AEW on the rise. They kind of had to make NXT look strong in the process. And at least they made it so by having beat the brakes out of Raw at SmackDown, at least, so yeah. But this match didn't work. And the post match was just lame, and Rebecca Lynch attacking him. If this is say Lynch versus Baszler down the line 2020, it's cool, but like, why do this? It kind of caught Shayna's legs off her. It kind of caught Shayna off her knees, if you really look. So yeah, not a good main event. It was a kind of a bad match when you really look at it. So yeah, but overall, it was still a stylish show for Survivor Series. It was not great. It was not like really good, but at least it was a solid good show at the best from WWE's main roster pay-per-view standards. At least they made it with Survivor Series. So yeah. Super Revolution, just tell me what you think about Survivor Series. Like, subscribe, comment down below about Survivor Series. I'm Jason Martinez, and I have brewed this match.